It's time now for our Monday morning quarterbacks, and we are back on election watch again today, both focusing on the candidates and the voters. So joining me now this morning are today's panelists, Democratic strategist Rich Nichols and Republican strategist Mark Williams. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, let's begin with the age quotient, right, that's been coming up, not just within the presidential campaign, but also in Congress with the median age being 59. I want to get your take on that in both situations, as well as the conversations surrounding the candidates. And Rich, I'll start with you.
Well, I'm kind of baffled that the Biden campaign has not figured out a response to this age issue. It's not like it just fell out of the sky last week. They've known for 2 years at least that age was going to be an issue in the campaign, but yet they haven't figured out how to respond to it. I do crisis management, and I tell my clients often that truth and the facts are often your friend when you're faced with a crisis. And the truth and the facts in this situation are that Joe Biden has suffered from these types of gaffes and memory loss and issues with his speech for his entire political career. But it hasn't affected his effectiveness as when he was a senator. It didn't affect his effectiveness when he was a vice president. And it hasn't affected his effectiveness as president, and it won't affect his effectiveness going forward. So maybe they need to create an ad and string together clips of all of his gaffes over the past 30 years. And indicate at the end of it that, hey, look, he's been an effective legislator, senator, vice president, and president. Maybe that'll diffuse the issue.
Okay, you're saying lean in and turn it to your advantage. Mark, I got to get your response.
I mean, I couldn't disagree more. I don't think they can solve for this. They can solve for a lot of issues with the campaign, except his age. Quite frankly, I think he was bolstered 4 years ago when he got to run a campaign from his basement. So the gaffes are going to continue to come. I think it is the absolute #1 issue of this campaign, and I think it'll continue to be highlighted through November. Because at the end of the day, it's 1 or 2 of these gaffes a week, and quite frankly, I can't believe that they called a press conference to try and push back against this where he made more gaffes. Like it's a little bit baffling to me.
Well, then also Haley bringing up Trump's age and him confusing her with Nancy Pelosi. Your take on that? He's not immune as well.
No, he's not. And you know what? He does a ton of gas. But, I believe what my eyes say and what my eyes see. And when I watch Trump, I quite frankly just don't feel like he's as old as Joe Biden. Now he's not, but man, when I watch Joe Biden up there, I feel like I'm watching a older representation of one of my grandparents. And I get why he was elected the first time, but again, this is going to continue throughout the course of November. So it's something that they can't run and hide from.
Let's see if you all agree on this next point. The FCC wanting to get rid of and coming out against artificial intelligence in robocalls that are used in election cycles. Your take on that, and then also just technology's role in our voting, which we consider will be a bigger one as the years progress. Mark?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a big factor in this election. I think people were really concerned about deep fakes going into this, and especially on the back of the last election. So, I think there needs to be some guardrails around ads in and around the election and whether they're fake or not. Because quite frankly, and I've seen a ton of them. You can't tell what's real and what is not. So again, I think we need some guardrails, but I think we need some time to figure out what those guardrails are, because technology is here to stay in these elections.
Yeah, and it's always ahead of the law, as we see so often. Rich, let me get you to weigh in before I shift gears for our final topic.
Well, I think it's going to be very, very difficult for Congress or anybody to figure out how to legislate or regulate AI. The FCC came out with their imposing the 30-year law that bans robocalls. Okay, that's great, but how are you going to enforce that? And some states have laws on the books that basically compel creators of AI and ads to disclose it. Okay, that's nice too. But the bottom line is that we have a technology that is not controllable at this point in time. Case in point, the 4 leaders of the technology firms that have embraced AI came to Congress a few months ago begging them to help them figure out how to regulate their own invention. So it's a challenge, it's a problem, and we need to figure out how to get our arms around it so that the electorate will be sure that they're getting accurate information.
And we have less than a minute left here, and I cannot allow you all to leave without getting your take on this. And Mark, I'll begin with you. Former Maryland Republican Governor Larry Hogan announcing he plans to run for Senate. What do you think of his chances of making it all the way there?
I mean, if anyone can win in Maryland, I think Larry Hogan has shown that he can. It's quite the coup for Mitch McConnell and Steve Daines and the NRSC to get him to run for that seat. So I think he immediately makes it a contest, and we'll see if he can really start to chip away at the Democratic gains in Maryland over the years. Rich?
You know, I've always thought that that Larry Hogan was the Democrat and Republicans closing anyway. He's moderate, he's sensible, and you know, if he pursues it and gets elected, I think he'll be a good weather vane for the far right Republicans in the Senate, including Mitch McConnell.
All right, thank you to you both. Monday Morning Quarterback with our panelists, Democratic strategist Rich Nichols and Republican strategist Mark Williams. Thanks for your expertise and your insight. We appreciate it.